Have you ever felt like no one talks about sex after 60? Like the world assumes your love life ended the moment you retired? Well, they're wrong. In fact, a recent study from the National Institutes of Health shows that over 60% of people over age 65 are still sexually active, and many say it's more fulfilling now than when they were younger. But here's the problem. Nobody's talking about it. Instead, seniors are bombarded with silence, shame, or unrealistic expectations. And that's silence. It's hurting relationships, mental health, even physical well-being. This video isn't just about sex. It's about connection, about rediscovering joy, confidence, and closeness on your terms. Whether you're in a long-term relationship, dating again, or simply curious about what's still possible, you're in the right place. Over the next 30 minutes, Second Sunrise will walk you through science-backed strategies to maintain a healthy sex life well into your golden years, without pills, pressure, or pretending. We'll cover the real medical challenges, the emotional disconnects, and the powerful habits that reignite passion, even if it's been years. And by the end, you'll learn the 3 biggest lies society tells you about sex after 60 and how to reclaim the truth. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's talk about something that matters. Your second sunrise starts right now. Let's start with a simple truth. Intimacy isn't just about sex, it's about human connection. And that connection doesn't suddenly lose its meaning just because we reach a certain age. In fact, research from the Mayo Clinic and the National Institute on Aging confirms that maintaining an active and healthy sex life can lead to a longer, happier life. Regular intimacy is linked to improved cardiovascular health, better immune function, reduced stress levels, and even sharper mental clarity. Why? Because during intimacy, your body releases powerful hormones like oxytocin and dopamine that boost your mood, reduce inflammation, and promote a sense of emotional closeness. These are the same feel-good chemicals that help fight off depression, loneliness, and anxiety. 3 things far too common among older adults. But there's more. Studies from Johns Hopkins show that seniors who maintain a regular sex life report better sleep, greater self-esteem, and increased life satisfaction. It's not about frequency. It's about quality, presence, and emotional connection. And here's something that doesn't get said enough. You deserve that connection. You've spent decades building a life, raising kids, working hard, overcoming struggles. Why should one of the most human parts of life fade into silence just because of a number on a birthday cake? The truth is, the benefits of a healthy sex life in later years go far beyond the bedroom. It can strengthen your immune system, improve bladder control, relieve pain from arthritis, and even lower your blood pressure. According to a 2021 Harvard Medical School report, men over 60 who are sexually active are 45% less likely to develop certain chronic conditions, and women report increased vaginal health and fewer urinary tract issues when intimacy remains part of their routine. And let's not forget the emotional side. Being desired, being touched, being seen, it validates our worth. It reminds us that we're still alive, still beautiful, still capable of love and passion. So if you've ever felt guilty for wanting more closeness, or wondered if it was too late for intimacy, you're not alone. But you're also not done. Not even close. If you've spent years thinking your desire for intimacy was something to be ashamed of, or worse, something that naturally disappears with age, you're not alone. But it's time to face the truth. What's been holding most people back isn't their body. It's the myths. Let's break down 5 of the most damaging lies about senior sexuality and what the science really says. This is the most common and most toxic myth out there. In reality, a 2022 AARP survey found that 71% of adults aged 60-74 say sex is still important to their quality of life. Just because society ignores it doesn't mean it's not happening or that it doesn't matter. Your needs don't vanish with age. They evolve. Testosterone levels do gradually decline with age, but so do estrogen levels in women. And desire is about far more than hormones. Stress, poor communication, body image, and medications all play bigger roles. In many cases, men want intimacy, but struggle with physical changes they feel ashamed to talk about. Women, on the other hand, may crave closeness, but fear rejection due to menopause symptoms or body changes. Truth is, both partners often want the same thing: connection. They just don't know how to ask for it anymore, not even close. ED is common, especially after 60. According to the Cleveland Clinic, over 50% of men between 40 and 70 experience some form of erectile dysfunction. But there are solutions, natural and medical. Even more importantly, intimacy is more than penetration. Touch, conversation, humor, and creativity matter more than performance. Many couples rediscover deeper levels of satisfaction once they let go of outdated definitions of sex. This belief keeps millions from getting the help or connection they need. But here's the thing. If you can talk about your heart medication or joint pain, you can talk about intimacy. Doctors today are more open, better trained, and more respectful than ever. Many are now required to bring up sexual health during routine checkups for patients over 60, and in relationships, silence breeds distance. Couples who talk openly about their needs, no matter how awkward it feels at first, report stronger emotional bonds and more satisfying intimacy. This one's surprising but true. According to the CDC, rates of sexually transmitted infections among seniors have risen steadily over the past decade. Why? Many older adults stop using protection, thinking they're past the age of risk. Sex may be emotionally safe, but you still need to protect your body. The good news: a few simple precautions can keep you safe and confident. These myths don't just hold people back. They steal years of joy, connection, and self-worth. But now that we've cleared the air, it's time to go deeper. Because while beliefs matter, biology also plays a role. Let's face it, aging comes with changes. Some are welcome, like wisdom and confidence. Others, not so much. But when it comes to your sex life, those physical challenges don't mean the end. They mean it's time for a new approach. Let's break down the most common medical issues seniors face and how to deal with each one without shame. More than half of men over 60 experience ED at some point. It's not just about aging, it's about circulation, medications, stress, and lifestyle. The good news? ED is treatable. Options include oral medications like sildenafil, Viagra, or tadalafil, Cialis, penile therapy devices, testosterone replacement therapy, if clinically necessary, and lifestyle fixes like quitting smoking, exercising regularly, and managing diabetes or high blood pressure. Don't wait in silence. A 15-minute doctor visit can open the door to real solutions and a better relationship. Postmenopausal women often face decreased estrogen levels, leading to vaginal dryness, thinning walls, and discomfort during intimacy. This isn't just frustrating. It can lead to avoidance, shame, and emotional distance. Effective solutions include water-based lubricants, vaginal moisturizers, low-dose vaginal estrogen, and pelvic floor therapy to rebuild strength and sensation. Your body is still capable of pleasure. It may just need a little help. Many seniors take medications that have unexpected side effects: antidepressants, blood pressure meds, cholesterol-lowering drugs, and sleep aids. If your desire or performance has changed after starting a new prescription, talk to your doctor. You may be able to adjust the dose or switch to an alternative. Arthritis, diabetes, heart disease, and other conditions can interfere with comfort and confidence in the bedroom. But again, this doesn't mean it's over. Experiment with positions that ease pressure, use pillows or cushions for support, schedule intimacy for your best time of day, and be honest with your partner. Intimacy isn't a performance. It's a shared experience. Sometimes you're just tired, but fatigue often reflects your overall health. Improve sleep, eat a balanced diet rich in iron, omega-3s and B vitamins, and reduce alcohol. Even walking 20 minutes a day increases circulation and confidence. Anxiety, depression, grief, or past trauma can all create distance, both emotionally and physically. In these cases, therapy isn't just helpful, it's essential. Your emotional health is just as important as your physical health. Medical challenges don't define your worth. They're just part of the journey, and with the right tools, they can be managed or overcome. Long before intimacy happens in the bedroom, it begins in the heart. For many seniors, emotional closeness becomes one of the greatest barriers to a fulfilling sex life, not because the feelings are gone, but because life has gotten in the way. Years of caregiving, loss, illness, or simply growing apart can leave couples feeling more like roommates than lovers. But here's the truth. Emotional intimacy can be rebuilt, and it's often the key to reigniting physical connection. So to start with vulnerability. You don't need a fancy plan, just honesty and intention. Ask each other, what makes you feel most connected to me? Is there anything I can do to help you feel more loved? What do you miss most about our time together? Sometimes couples lose the little things. Hugs, kisses, holding hands, touching each other's faces. Make affection part of your daily rhythm, even without expectation. For those who have lost a spouse or are navigating second relationships, it's okay to feel guilt. But healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means making space for new experiences. Don't underestimate the power of joy. Couples who laugh together report stronger intimacy and fewer arguments. If emotional distance has grown too deep, therapy can help. And guess what? You're never too old for therapy. Because here's the secret. When emotional closeness returns, physical intimacy often follows naturally. You don't need magic pills to bring back desire. In fact, the most powerful tools to reignite your sex drive are already within your control. Your daily habits. What you eat, how you move, how you rest, and even how you see yourself can all have a dramatic impact on libido, energy, and confidence. Let's look at 6 habits that can quietly transform your sex life, starting today. Regular physical activity boosts blood flow, enhances mood, and regulates hormones, all critical for sexual function in both men and women. According to Harvard Health, adults who walk briskly for 30 minutes a day report increased desire, better performance, and improved confidence in the bedroom. Even light strength training or yoga can increase flexibility and reduce joint pain, making intimacy easier and more enjoyable. Exercise isn't just about fitness, it's about freedom. Certain foods naturally support sexual health by improving blood flow, balancing hormones, and reducing inflammation. Try adding these to your daily meals: leafy greens, fatty fish, berries, dark chocolate, nuts, and seeds. And don't forget water. Hydration is key for energy and stamina. Sex drive is tightly linked to sleep quality. A study from the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men who got 5 or fewer hours of sleep per night had significantly lower testosterone levels. For women, poor sleep increases cortisol, which suppresses libido. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep in a dark, quiet room. Turn off screens at least 30 minutes before bed and try calming rituals like herbal tea, reading, or deep breathing. Chronic stress is the enemy of intimacy. It triggers fight or flight mode, which redirects blood flow away from your core systems, like digestion, immune response, and yes, arousal. Incorporate stress-relieving habits like daily walks, guided meditation, journaling, or deep breathing. These habits lower cortisol, increase self-esteem, and create space for pleasure again. You don't need to impress anyone but yourself. But how you care for your body impacts how you feel about your body. Take the time to groom, moisturize, wear something that makes you feel attractive, or treat yourself to a fresh haircut. Confidence isn't about perfection, it's about presence. And when you feel good in your skin, your partner notices. Set aside time each day to simply be together without expectation. Talk, laugh, touch, or sit in silence. Build intimacy outside of the bedroom, and desire will follow naturally. These aren't quick fixes, they're long-term foundations. They create the energy, confidence, and emotional bandwidth necessary to feel alive and desired again. We're living in a different time, and thankfully that comes with different tools. In the past, seniors often suffered in silence when it came to sexual health, but today there's a world of discreet, respectful, and effective resources designed specifically for people over 60. Through secure video calls, you can now speak with licensed professionals from the comfort of your home. No long waits, no judgment. Websites like Roman, Everlywell, and even AARP-sponsored telemedicine platforms make scheduling easier than ever. Forget outdated stereotypes. The market has evolved, and many intimacy products are now made with older adults in mind. Ergonomic vibrators, lubricants for aging skin, positioning pillows, and discreet heating pads. These tools aren't taboo, they're empowering. They remove barriers and add comfort, ease, and excitement back into your experience. Whether you're battling body image, grief, or relationship strain, help is just a click away. Apps like BetterHelp or TalkSpace match you with licensed therapists, including those who specialize in sex therapy or aging relationships. Meanwhile, private online communities offer a safe place to share, learn, and connect with others who understand what you're going through. You are not alone, and there's real strength in knowing that. Websites like Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, and NIH Gov offer reliable, senior-focused information on everything, from ED and menopause to emotional health and communication tips. Modern tools don't replace human connection, but they make it easier to maintain. And when combined with the habits we've already explored, they become a powerful part of your second sunrise. Let's be real. Talking about sex, especially after years of silence, can feel intimidating. But if emotional intimacy is the foundation, then communication is the door you have to walk through to reach it. You might be thinking, what if I embarrass them? What if I say the wrong thing? But holding it in builds distance. Speaking up builds trust. You don't have to launch into a full conversation over dinner. Start with a gentle question or compliment. I miss being close to you. Avoid blame. Use I statements instead of you. Focus on curiosity, not criticism. Yes, it may feel uncomfortable, but calling it out actually helps. Try saying, I know this is a bit awkward, but I really care about us. Being vulnerable shows strength and invites your partner to open. Up to, sometimes, a smile goes further than a script. Laugh about old memories. Share what you loved in the past. Choose a relaxed moment, not in the middle of conflict or stress, to talk about your needs and hopes. Communication won't solve everything overnight, but it creates a shared space to grow. By now, you've probably realized that most of what society told us about sex in later life is flat out wrong. But these 3 lies, they've done the most damage. Your age does not define your capacity for connection, passion, or pleasure. Science shows that sexual desire can remain strong well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond, especially when emotional and physical health are nurtured. Intimacy doesn't expire. It evolves. And so can you. Many seniors feel guilty about wanting closeness. Again, like they're taking something away from others. But here's the truth. Taking care of your emotional and physical needs is not selfish. It's self-respect. You deserve joy, connection, and warmth just as much as anyone else. In fact, studies show that healthy intimacy leads to better moods, more energy, and even stronger immune response. Let go of the comparison trap. You're not trying to relive your 30s. You're writing a new chapter for who you are now. And many seniors report that intimacy becomes more meaningful, more tender, and more emotionally powerful as they age. What matters is presence, not perfection. So here's the real truth. It's not too late. You're not broken. And your story isn't over. If no one's told you this lately, you are not done. You still deserve intimacy. You still deserve connection. And you absolutely deserve to feel desired, seen, and alive. Yes, the path may look different now. Yes, your body has changed. But that doesn't mean your needs have disappeared. It means they've evolved. And now you have the wisdom, the experience, and the freedom to explore them in your own way, on your own terms. So whether you're in a long-term relationship, just starting over, or learning to love yourself again, this is your moment. Don't let shame, silence, or outdated beliefs steal one more day of joy. At Second Sunrise, we believe in new beginnings at any age. If this video helped you, please like, comment, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Second Sunrise right now, because every week we bring you life-changing insights about health, connection, and happiness after 60. Your second sunrise, it starts today.